What's up, Peep Squad? Peep Squad is in the building, baby. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'll be greatly appreciated. Let's get down to the situation. Let's talk about Dancing with the Stars season 30. And let's also point out why Kenya Moore was unfairly eliminated and the worst dancers are still dancing on Dancing with the Stars. And we're just going to dissect it and go through it. So let's get to it. So in any event, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because on Twitter, Miss Tyra Banks was going viral because she said Sunni little tummy hurt. She had to run off the stage because she's throwing up. She don't have C, but she is very sick. So in any event, you know, a lot of people started to drag Tyra, saying that she can't speak well, she can't talk well, she's awful, this is embarrassing, she shouldn't be a judge. I'm like, Lord have mercy. What she did do was help Sunni out in that situation, because then all the judges was, oh my God, I can't believe you're going through this. I can't believe this is happening to you. You're a champion. We love you. And basically gave her a pass for her very, very, very poor performance. And not only her poor performance, she's been very poor performing on the show as well. And so Kenya Moore, you know, she let us know what she was going through and how she was feeling. She said she had a cyst on the back of her knee from dancing, and she also said she had bruised ribs. And you know, Dancing with the Stars, they confirmed that with their doctors, because you know they checked it out. But the judges didn't give Kenya Moore a pass. They didn't give her great scores. You know, they didn't even say, oh, you are so awesome because, you know, you're dancing with bruised ribs and you're also dancing with a cyst on the back of your knee. But yet Sunni had to throw up, and they're like, oh my God, you are the best in the world. So in any event, you guys let me know what you think about that situation. And also when it comes to the judge Carrie Ann, she said, you know, on Monday's night episode this week to Sunni that you are a champion, you are wonderful, you are this, you are that, you know, you are inspiration to everybody and things of that nature. So how was Carrie Ann going to judge Kenya Moore fairly when it came down to Sunni, when it came down to Kenya Moore, when Kenya Moore did a better performance than Sunni at all? But Sunni has Carrie Ann in her pocket, and Carrie Ann kind of run the judges. Only person that she really doesn't run all the time is Derek. So in any event, you know, she wasn't going to get a fair score or be judged fairly at all, especially with the sentiments of what Carrie Ann said, how she feels about Sunni on Monday night. And we will get into that situation. So you guys let me know what you think. In any event, it starts off, you know, Sunni dancing with her dance partner. It wasn't cohesive. It wasn't in sync at all. She ended up stepping on his foot, and his foot was out of place with her foot, and she was very shaky. And they was dancing to we will rock you. And when they was doing the marching and the stomping, it was like Sunni wasn't even stomping or marching. She had no energy of what the song was playing in the background. And basically she really fumbled, and it was really awful to watch. And it also shows you that the judges has been giving her a pass this whole time and judging Kenya Moore and some of the rest of the contestants very harshly. And especially when they tried to turn around and do this dance, Sunni's hands was lost. Her dance partner had to reach for her. Her footwork was very off. She almost slipped like twice already. And her dance partner said basically it was because of her dress. All types of excuses, and she ended up staying again. So they continued to make up these excuses. And right here, she was off beat, off tone. She was looking down at the floor. She wasn't paying attention. She didn't know what she was doing. Her partner was leading the whole dance, and if her partner wasn't there, she wouldn't know what to do because she was in limbo basically. And they said that about Kenya Moore last Monday, and they didn't say anything about Sunni and the way that she was dancing, how her partner was leading her the whole night, and she was looking confused. Her arms, her legs, her posture were very off. She had no rhythm. She had no beat, especially with the song that was playing in the background. They didn't do the song justice at all, and they skeeted away because she said that she was sick. And she heard Kenya Moore talk about that she wasn't feeling good, you know, a couple of weeks ago, and she used that same card to stay, and Carrie Ann helped her, and also Bruno as well. So you guys let me know what you think about this situation. And over here, she was off beat as well, as far as her footwork wasn't on par with her dance partner, and it was like she was stumbling over what to do, and he was guiding her and leading her with his hands what to do. And actually when she took a spin around, it was like she almost hit the floor. It was just like crazy, like, oh my god, like this was so awful. So it actually shows you how horrible of a dancer that she is, and she's still on the show. And this part, she almost skipped, she almost slipped, and her footwork was not cohesive at all. It was just so bad. I mean, when I say it was bad, it was bad. It was like watching, they put two people off the street and just gave them 20 minutes to practice a dance routine and put them on TV. This is how bad it was. Her partner was doing all the guiding her what's next, and then she picked up on it. And basically her excuse of the night was, I was sick, I had a tummy ache. But yet Kenya Moore had bruised ribs and a cyst on the back of her knee, and guess what? She got a high score. She got a 9 from Bruno, and she got these 8s, and then on top of that, she got a bonus point as well. So you can't tell me this game is not rigged. And moving on from that situation, when the judges got to the judging, Bruno basically said, oh my god, you were so good, and despite that you were sick, despite that you wasn't feeling good, you guys organized really well. You had a little slip, but it was something very small. Like, how can you say that? She had more than one slip. She had about 4, I counted. And also her partner said, yeah, she had a little slip, but it was because of her dress. All these excuses they made for Sunni. And then Carrie Ann, she got up and she said, you guys are the champion. Just being a young girl, your culture, your nationality, you inspire girls all over the place. You inspire young girls to do this, to do that. You are a champion. You are a winner. Carrie Ann said you had a little slip tonight, but I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of everything that you're doing. So it's not like Sunni is progressing. She's degressing, and she's been degressing, but now you can see it. You can see it so much more because the stars have been eliminated. So in any event, look at all these passes that they gave Sunni. Like, Lord have mercy. I was just like, So in any event, at this point right here, the Miz knew that he was going home because he didn't get any points. And he looked at the judges and he looked at them and he was just like, oh my god, I didn't even get a point. So he knew he was going home, and he knew JoJo and Sunni were going to be protected. That was just the name of the game, and that was the name of the situation. And as the show go on, we're gonna see how awful dancers that they really are. They've been getting passes and passes. The judges have not been hard on them. The judges were very hard on Kenya Moore. And let's get to JoJo and her dancing. This was just downright disgusting. And the reason why it was because it was no effort. There was really no routine. There was really nothing sophisticated or difficult about the dance. There was nothing that make you say, ooh. There was nothing to capture your breath. Even the Spice of them, they didn't do any difficult routine at all. They didn't try any, they didn't take any risks. They didn't take nothing. And even trying to be spicy in their outfits and being spicy with the songs, because all they did was walk around and twirl around the stage, but they didn't even do it sexily. They didn't have no spice. They didn't have no emotion. They wasn't acting like they were fierce. It just really was like watching two teenage girls from the 90s practicing in the mirror, dancing with a VH1 cassette, recording them, at a camera recording them, and it was just on a Saturday night while their parents was gone, having like a little summer party. I mean, this was just really awful. There was nothing unique. There was nothing that stood out, because they grabbed their ponytails. And only person that really did something unique was the dance partner, the actually dance professional. She lifted her leg up, and her posture was a lot better than JoJo was speeding it up. She was going fast. The judge was like, I'm so glad you slowed down a little bit. Even Lynn was like, you didn't even walk sexy enough. Like, we didn't see no spice. He didn't say spice, but like, you didn't have that, I'm sexy, I'm this. They didn't do none of that. It was just like, they just knew that they was going to have a guarantee win. Nothing they did was off the chain. Nothing stood out. It was just like, oh my god, what am I watching? Like, am I watching, the PBS channel? Like, am I watching like a talent show from from the 70s. Like, what am I watching? Like, this is awful. It was like they didn't even know how to dance. It was just like, especially JoJo. The dance partner looked like she made it very easy for JoJo, nothing. And they end up getting tense. Like, this is so disrespectful that it's just like, oh my God. Like, if you don't know that this show is rigged, then there's something wrong with your eyes. And oh my God, look at, they got 3 10s. They got a 39, and their dance performance, nothing was there. Nothing. And then on top of that, the second part of Dancing with the Stars, where they had to do another dance, only thing they did was come out, twirl around in purple outfits, and then just leave. They did nothing again. Like, nothing extra, nothing extravagant, just nothing. I'm like, Lord. And the judges knew it was nothing. You know why? Because the judges didn't even give them an extra point. An extra point at all. At least that's what I believe. That might be wrong. I mean, they did nothing. They just twirled around. Nothing. And had their heads up and one back. That's it. Like, Lord have mercy. How did this happen? And then again, we have Sunni, once again, her dance partner guided her from the beginning of the stairs to the end. It was like he was carrying her and her feet, and she was just moving her feet around in a circle, like hoping, like, oh God, help me, Jesus. You know, he just dragged her across the floor, you know. And then when she got into, you know, to turn around to do this dance move, it almost like she was gonna fall and hit the floor. There was no grace, there was no elegance, and her bending over and leaning into him so he can turn her around. It was like she was confused the whole night, and we're gonna blame that on her being sick, but yet she get a pass and Kenya Moore goes home. Don't make no sense. And also with the Miz going home, like, this is just crazy. Like, so it is, you know, whoever they want to vote for. And then on top of that, none of the only judge that voted for Sunni and her dance partner was Carrie Ann, because Carrie Ann says she's the champion, and she's a role model to everybody. She's an inspiration. So how can you go up against Carrie Ann feeling that way about Sunni? How is she going to judge anybody fairly? And she damn sure wasn't going to judge Kenya Moore fairly. She wanted her up and out of the situation. And one thing I did find out about Carrie Ann, Lord, as she's been in and out of relationships, no man will stay with her ass. And so in any event, at this part right here, when Sunni was dancing with her dance partner at the very beginning, she steps on his feet. It's just like, what? And they was like so out of sync, and her arm and her posture was out of sync. It wasn't sharp. It wasn't held. It was like she got a free pass, like she's been getting a free pass. Her and JoJo, I mean, just free passes all the way through. And then Carrie Ann jumped on top of the table to say, we are the champions. Remember earlier in the episode, she said, Sunni is a champion, and the song Champion came on. So this ain't a coincidence. This is what they want. And she was like, yes. Like, Lord have mercy. Y'all are fake, fugazi. You and Bruno are the fakest. At least Judge Lynn tries to hold it in. He knows he just goes with wherever, you know, the popular vote is. And Carrie Ann really runs that stage of the judges. And it would have been so nice if she would have just stumbled, fumbled, took a dive. Oh my God, it would have been awesome. But, you know, that doesn't happen. And the only person that voted for Carrie Ann, voted for Sunni, was Carrie Ann. So that was just the situation. And then at the end of the day, the Miz knew he was going home, because they're not sending JoJo home at all, because they want her there because of her fans. And Carrie Ann said, you know, we're so glad that you chose to be here. We're so glad that you're here. We're so glad that you're dancing, JoJo, because of her fans and the people that are viewership to watch the show, and how girls that look like her will tune in, or people will tune in because, oh my God, look at JoJo. So in any event, you know, that tells you right there that they feel like JoJo is very superior to the rest of the cast. So in any event, people have been calling out Carrie Ann because, you know, she said, you know, to Jimmie that his fist was like a monkey, and it was so loose, it was so distracting, because it looked like, you know, you wasn't strong at all. It's just, why would she say his fence is like a monkey. It don't make any sense. So you guys let me know what you think about the situation. And a lot of people have been complaining, and a lot of people have been saying that's been on Dancing with the Stars that Kenya Moore should have not got eliminated at all. Her and Brandon Armstrong should have not got eliminated at all, because now you can see how fraudulent, how it's just so fraud. Everything is fraud. You can just see it now, you know, when the good dancers are gone, because when you have people that are so good and then you have bad people that they're getting these high scores, you think the good people may be bad because your eyes are playing tricks on you. No, this is how it goes. So in any event, you guys let me know what you think about this situation. Peace and love.